can start the class now. So can you guys see my screen? Can you see my screen?
No, it's okay. Super. I'm going to work on it and get
Okay,
back to you.
that's
The
good.
next
So
class, before you back.
hold on.
Yeah.
Let me go back to the beginning. Yeah. So in today's class, we're going to be dealing with content marketing, and this is one of the fundamentals of marketing. And once you already have an understanding of content marketing, it helps you become more creative as a digital marketer and helps you to grow your personal brand. So, content marketing helps you connect with your audience, connect with people that are interested in your product or service. So, why I give you the assignment of target audiences for you to understand how what the pain point of people are. Then we can now talk about what kind of content are you going to create, what kind of things are you going to use to build connection between you and that audience. So, what is content marketing? So, content marketing is the strategic, underline the word strategic. So, that means that it is organized, it is thought through, and it is well positioned. Creation and distribution of valuable and relevant content. So, the people that find this content valuable are people who you are trying to solve their needs with or with the product or service you're trying to advertise or trying to put out there. So if it's a personal brand, for instance, a digital marketer trying to get people to know that, oh, I help people run adverts. You are creating content that helps your target audience like business owners, um, that resonate with business owners that help them grow their brand. So that's kind of content you're creating. So this is help you to is designed to attract, encourage a clearly defined audience. That's why we did target audience. So you define who your audience is. The goal of content marketing is to attract and engage a clearly defined audience without directly selling. Though you're still going to create content that sells, but majorly more of the content are going to be content that educates and entertain people. Then, rather than just creating ads, like I was saying in the last class, that most of the white people they don't really like ads like that because they've been bombarded with a lot of adverts. But majorly we blacks, we are still okay with ads, though there are some that are not so good with ads. They don't like too much of ads. Why some are okay with it. So those it works well here in Africa, and which will also help in giving what the value you are trying to offer to your community or your audience. So what kind of content, how should your content be? Your content should be what? Number one, valuable and relevant. So that means your content should address the real needs. Like, why are you putting this content out there? Is to address the real needs of your audience. That means that your content must be solving a problem for them. That means educating them on why they should buy from you and not the next person. The next thing is also to answer genuine question and also to solve a specific problem for your audience. So for people that women that like to buy wigs now or makeup, what it do is trying to help you make beautiful. So we're going to run a creating a content around that is to make people that feel maybe they are feeling insufficient to look more beautiful themselves. Then the next thing is to attract and engage. So the goal is to draw in your ideal audience organically. So for some of us who know what organic is, for some that have been in my subsequent class, know what being organic traffic. Organic traffic is a non-paid traffic. That's where we talk about, excuse me, content marketing and keeping them coming back from others. You create a content that's engaging, that makes people want to look at up to your next post. Then the next thing one content marketing does is to build credibility over time. That's it creates relationship that leads to conversion. So you will notice a particular brand that you like them so much, they create content, you can connect, you relate to them, you love the kind of content they are posting. And then why do you love those people's content? Because of the connect to you. They create content that are engaging. They even talk about controversial stuff that you like, wow, yeah, you have a different opinion to your kind of opinion. And that also brings connection. So why did they do that? Because they know that their strategy is a long-term strategy and they know that subsequent time they will also be making adverts telling you to come and buy from them. And then you buy that. what they are selling. So the next thing is why content marketing matters. So today, content marketing is one of the most powerful tools that a business can deploy because it delivers compounding returns. The more quality content you publish, the more value you accumulate over time. So, like I said, it's a long-term strategy because of the kind of content you are producing. So over time, you're able to build more brand awareness for your brand. That's consistent content you put out there in front of new audiences also increases your visibility and recognition across all social media platforms channels particularly. So that is why content marketing matters. Brand awareness, people to know you, for you to reach new people every day if once you are consistent with your content. Then another thing it does is authority and trust. So this helps positions you as a thought leader for your brand and makes you a credible voice in your industry, earning long-term audience trust. And this thing is that once you are consistent, people will always refer you. That's one thing I can tell you. People will always refer you because of they like you, they know you, and they trust you, and they always want to refer you. And that's one powerful thing about content marketing. I would advise us to start our content marketing journey maybe today, so that we can begin to build an audience and have a long-term goal. Maybe you have a long-term goal for 10 years, 5 years, 20 years. Even for YouTube, you can start with YouTube pays. So over time, consistently creating content as a digital marketer, creating good thumbnails will help you earn more views. And over time, you get monetized and start earning money. If your target is 10 years, you get there to the, I think it's about 500 subscribers and I think about, is it 4,000 views or 4,000 watch time. So that is it. So the next thing content marketing does is for you to get leads and conversion. So what leads and conversion does is when you create a content, this prospects people through the buyer's journey, it turns them from casual readers into paying customers. So people that we have built what we call the KLT factor, that's a know, like, and trust, they begin to love you and begin to become people that want to buy your product they are selling. So we know that content marketing is not just all about just creating content, educating people, entertaining people. It's also about also putting in content to also sell. Because you cannot be doing content, creating content without having money in your pocket. It can be frustrating. So the next thing we have is the long-term growth. So unlike paid ads, when you stop putting in money, you don't get money, you don't get ads. So you get content continuous that drives results long after publishing. Very important. So the next thing we want to do is talk about types of content. So, like I said, we have three types of content. We have the educational content, we have the entertaining content, we have promotional content. That's what the content is being summarized into. So, what is educational content? So, educational content are content that teaches and informs your audience. So, these contents are like how to, some of us know them majorly on YouTube, explainer videos, tutorial videos explaining what the solution or service you're rendering is all about. Many of us know that we are familiar with what educational content is. Even when you go on Instagram, you see people telling you how to use AI, maybe how to use Claude. Do you know you can use Claude to create content? You know how to use ChatGPT to do this. Do you know how to use ChatGPT to do that? So those content, many of us are used to it. You are seeing them on different social media platforms. So those are content. Those are what we call educational content. So educational content can also be telling you deep strategies about a particular thing, maybe how to run advert, how to prove your ad campaign. On my social media platform, I talk about most of them. I talk about some things that people don't even know that they need. I talk about CRM tools that they need to use, email marketing, challenges when you're having challenges. Those are content, they're educational content. Then we talk about entertaining content where you see people dancing in front of their camera, maybe pointing on the top to show you a caption on top and then read the content below. Those are entertaining content. So you see a lot of people doing it, and we have some entertaining content like storytelling, we have humor, things that make you laugh behind the scenes. Or people talk a day in my life or their lifestyle content where they show you they went to a place to go and eat food. They talk about how they went there, their journey, the process of how they booked their Uber. Then they talk about maybe there was traffic on the road. They talk about different sites and they saw. Those are the things they talk about to make it just entertaining, make it captivating, to build connection with their audience. So that is another form of content. And the last one you have is promotional content, which focuses on selling products or services. That's what that focus about. So that's about product launches, operating offer. So the golden ratio is a balanced mix typically of 60% education content, 30% entertaining content, and 10% promotional content, which keeps your audience interested and also build lasting trust and drives sustainable business growth. So you have to majorly, if you're a new brand, majorly you need to focus on education more before you start selling, so that you get people to understand that you understand their needs, you understand their pain points, and you are ready to solve that problem for them. The next thing we have is forms of content marketing. We're not going to talk too much on that. Many of us already have an idea of this. We're going to just briefly explain it and move to the next one. So we have blog posts. So blog posts are like articles where once you search online, you're going to see information from other people's website. So those people create content in order to educate you to solve a particular problem, solve problems that people are having around their particular product or their service. And those are things that people get information about on the internet. So they use the skill called search engine optimization to rank their content online. So that once you search a particular query, you'll be able to get their content to come up on the first page of Google. So that's what that is about. So the next thing we have is the social media, where we have short form content like video content, we have stories, we have feeds, that's the updates, and then we have updates that build community and spark conversation. Then we have videos where we create visually engaging content, so we explain and demonstrate and entertain our audience. The next thing we have is podcasts. Podcasts are like audio content where people used to build connections in platforms. So, for instance, you see people where they have a very nice studio where they have chairs and they have mics in front, and they're trying to talk about a particular thing in their industry. So they invite guests to come and talk about, maybe for instance, who's that? I think you're having a network issue. I don't think others are complaining. They blessing. I think you're the one that's having that challenge. I don't think others are not complaining. I believe the class is going smoothly, right?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. So blessing,
Yeah,
I think it might be your
you can.
network, so you might have to work on it. Yeah, okay. You say it's breaking from your end. Is it breaking in other people's end?
It's breaking. No, no, no.
Okay, Joseph is
It's
not.
not breaking on my.
Okay.
It's breaking
So,
on my own.
so it might be from your network because I don't think it's a general problem.
I can barely hear you. It's breaking on my own.
Just give me a minute. Let me see what my network is saying.
Mr. Moses, we can hear you clearly.
Yeah, I want to be sure that its network is fine. Network is fine. So I think it might be from your end. So as I was saying, podcast, I was talking about podcasts. So one wants to see a nice studio where they invite usually people that are top people in the industry that have experience in working in that particular industry, and then they begin to ask them questions about the industry. So they begin to share valuable insights on challenges people face and how to solve those challenges. So the next one we have is the infographics, which talks about the pictures, image views of images. We see most of them on majorly Instagram and Facebook. So you sometimes even see some posts like that on YouTube where you can create posts. Most people don't even know about that. And then LinkedIn also, where you see statistical data or complex data that have been explained in form of pictures and make it easy for people to digest. So lastly, we have what we call email newsletter. So what are email newsletters? Those personalized communication that you see on your WhatsApp on your emails. So you have signed up your email on a particular product or service on the internet, maybe on a website, you give them your email, and then once you give you your email, they are able to send you messages educating you about their product or service. You go to your emails and you're going to see some of them like that. So this what they're using it to do is to nurture you, to educate you, and then also to retain you if you approve for them as a customer. So the next thing we want to dive to talk too much about this. We talked about this in last class. We talk about understanding your audience. So a great content starts with deep understanding of who you are talking to. So if you know who your audience are, that means you know what kind of content you want to create. So first thing you need to do is to identify your target audience. That's define their demography like the age, location, what they're interested in. Majorly the interest is what gives you a connection, what gives you what you're going to be talking about. Then the what's it called, the personal, professional background and the likes. Then you build your bias persona and then you map out your content pinpoint. So once you address the challenges your audience face, then you create content that provides real solution. That means what solution is your product or your service rendering? So the big question you need to ask now is, does this product or service promoting solve a real problem for my audience? So if it solves a real problem for your audience, then you're on the right track. So that's the question you need to be asking yourself when you're creating content. That, okay, this thing I'm putting out there, is it something that people need? Is it something that it solves their problem?
So your network is breaking.
Is that general?
Yeah, your network is breaking, sir.
It's breaking. I cannot hear you.
What about now? What about now? Is it breaking?
Yes,
It's still breaking.
it's breaking.
It's
It's still
okay.
breaking.
It's breaking.
Okay, just give me a minute.
Check.
What's the name?
I cannot hear you.
Please hold on. I'm trying to sort the internet. Okay. What's the pastor Andrea? Andre. It's okay. I don't know. Like the thing is just disconnected.
And pray 01238.
That's a small letter, abi?
Yeah.
01238. Okay.
No.
Yeah. So ask them if it's okay. How's the network? How's the communication now? Is it better? Is it breaking? It's better.
It's better now.
All right. Thank you.
It's better.
Yeah. Okay. So I was saying that once you understand the content you're trying to create.
No, it is
Hello.
not yet better. It is breaking still.
How is it now? Is it okay? Okay. Thank you. Blessing. All right. Okay. So I was saying that you must ask yourself this question: that if your content solves a real problem for your audience, that means that whatever content you're trying to put out must solve a problem. That means it don't just educate them alone, it also solves a problem for them. That means that with the education, you are educating them to begin to know, you're trying to turn them from people that just know you or probably don't know you to people that like you and trust you to do business with you. So that is just the whole scope of content marketing. The next thing we have is the content marketing goals. So what is the goal of content marketing? Number one, website traffic. So the goal of content marketing is to drive traffic. That's for those that have websites, they are creating content to drive people to buy from them. That's people to visit their website. And also some people won't do it to make money because some of you might know about what we call Google AdSense, where people they show adverts to people that are reading their blogs. So people create educational content and then post it online. And then people come there to read their post about whatever content they are creating. So they use to drive website traffic. Also, they use it to, I think is here, drive sales also from their website. So they also use it for lead generation. That means they convert people to come leads through their gated content, call to action, their landing page to capture customer information. So I talked about some pages where you go to where they will ask you for your name, email, and phone number to capture your information. Then the content also will tell you to click the link in my bio. So I believe some of us have seen something like that. So those are ways at which they used to drive leads, and from there they begin to send you emails, and then you become a paying customer. So next thing we have is the brand engagement, where you see they encourage you to like, they encourage you to share their video, they encourage you to comment, and also discussion that deepens your relationship with the audience. So you'll notice that some videos you watch, they will say comment this word AI, and you comment, they will share you something. So sometimes they'll even send you a link so they can get your name, email, and phone number to be able to follow you, to be able to send you emails. Some of them will tell you to share, some of them will tell you to like. Why are they doing that? they are trying to build to get their content to be shown on other people's to shown to other people to get more reach, to get more engagement. So what social media does is that once people are liking your post, they are sharing your post, they are commenting on that post you create, social media find it valuable and then begin to show it to other people. That's what happens. The next thing is the customer education, which helps customers to understand your product, understand your industry, the best practices, which reduces support query. That means they won't ask too much question because you have already addressed those questions in your content, and then they build confidence. So confidence means that you, because you are an expert, you know what you are doing. People can easily you can easily talk to people to drive sales to your business, and it makes you feel you know what you're doing, and also makes people feel that you know what you're doing. So imagine, for instance, now when people come to your page, maybe you're running an ad campaign now, and you nobody there's no content on your page, and then somebody is seeing your ad and they say, "Oh, let me even check what this person is putting on his page," and does not see anything. You have lost that sale. But once you have content, they are engaging, they're entertaining, they're educative, and the person goes to your page, he sees your content, like, wow, I'd like to get to know more about this person. Let me click on his ad. Those times it does real magic. But though some product-based business, most times it works a lot without even putting anything on your page. But for service-based business, it's important. But me, I always advise that you post content on those pages you're going to be creating so that people can see that once they check that page, they find it valuable and know that, oh, this person knows what he's doing. Then lastly is to drive sales. That's guide the prospect through the buying journey, that's from the awareness stage to the sales page to the sales stage through with content that addresses the objection. The objections are questions they have concerning the product or services and deliverables. And also I like the reason why they need that product. That's the value. So once you can create contents that number one resonate with the audience and solve their pain point, you are good to go. And that's why I give the assignment of understanding target audience, to be sure that you understand the target audience of any brand, any industry, and you can do it for any company that comes and asks you to create maybe a content plan or maybe create a digital marketing strategy. Having that understanding will help you be able to do that. Storytelling, one of the most important parts in marketing. This has to do with stories that are powerful tools to forge deep and emotional connections with your audience, moving beyond mere information delivery to create lasting impact. So what does that mean? When it comes to connection with people, especially people that don't know you yet, one of the powerful things that you can use is storytelling. And what does storytelling do? Storytelling helps create that connection that you need for your brand. So number one, you can see here that the problem that is talk about define the challenge. Number two, you talk about the struggle. You show your struggles and transformation. So in the last class, I was telling them about if you're going into content marketing where if you don't have a good camera, a good setting for your content, create that content and put it out there. Let people see your journey. Over time, when you begin to get money, you get a good job, you get sales, you'll be able to change your tools and be able to transform yourself. And the person knows that, oh, this person went through this process and sees you as somebody who would like to be like because you have shown that you have a transformation process. You did not just jump from, oh, everything is perfect. And that even helps build trust because people know that, oh, yes, this person had the bad content. The content was not so flashy. And this person moved to having a good background, having a good phone to do good content. And then also, there are people that when they want to create a product, like tech product, for instance, they begin to tell you the idea, they talk about the one, what they did, maybe the two, they built, they design the interface, they talk about challenges they're facing, they fall, the product, they're building a product, they're still building a product, they're talking about maybe they're having a bug, they're fixing. Those are content that you see online, and then they are taking you through the journey, the struggles, the the things they don't feel good about, those things they tell you everything, and then they take you through that journey. And then over time, you see when the product is ready, they get people to test the product and use the product, and then from there, you know that they start making money from there. So they're going to present the solution. So what are they doing? They're taking people through the journey. They're showing them the struggle through the transformation process. So that's what they are doing. So they are showing them how they move from point A to point B, the entire process. So it's not something that just magically happened. They saw the entire process because the person was carrying them along. So this narrative arc makes your content not just memorable but profoundly relatable because almost everybody today went through a particular struggle, went through a particular difficulty. So people find it relatable. And you'll be surprised that when you start creating content, you find out that it's not the content you even planned properly that goes well. It's the one that you do not do so well that connects to people. Why? Because of that is not how will I put it? It is not so organized, somehow real. Like for instance, now if I take my phone and I just start talking about maybe my day to day. Okay, I had a live class today. I had talking about content marketing. I was going to educate people about how they can use storytelling in marketing. And I now do a video where I got a proper camera and I sat down in a well furnished apartment or well furnished studio and I'm doing my content. People might not be able to connect with that one. They will connect with that one more where I can pull out my phone and do content. Why? Because they find it relatable. So ultimately, this helps build stronger brand loyalty and advocacy among your customer base. Very important. Next thing is what is the process in content creation? So for you to be creating your content, number one thing you need to do is that a successful content doesn't just happen by accident. Structured process ensures consistency, quality, and alignment with your goals. So your goals are going to determine what kind of content are you trying to create, which turns creative ideas into repeatable systems that delivers results. So we have number one, research topics. So what we want to do is research keywords, audience survey, competitive analysis to identify what you always want to read. So for instance, there's a content already on our YouTube channel for what's called SEO. So I advise that you go and take that course there because of these things that are going to be needed for this class. And then so you have an understanding of what people are searching for before you now create a content around it. It's also important in content creation because that will also help you show up on not just AI alone, also show up on the first page of Google because social media platforms are also being cited on Google. So once you can begin to answer those questions, the pain point, the question that people are looking for, solutions to questions that people are looking for. Once people search on Google, they can also find you and come into whatever social media platform you're using to build that brand. So the next thing you want to do is to plan your content calendar. That's to map out what platform, what you publish, when, and on what platform which ensures a consistent publishing rhythm. Then the next thing is to create your content as you write, you design, if it's an image, you record or produce your content with quality and your brand voice in mind. So note that brand voice, that's you need to stay consistent with your brand voice, your communication on all social media platforms you are posting on. Then next one we have is the publish on platforms. That's is put your platform on the right channels as your blog, social media, emails, and then video platforms. And last one is to promote your content. So you can promote your content with social sharing that you can share it on that social media platform. Majorly is just going to be the link and then email campaigns also for influencer outreach. That means you reach out to influencers to promote your content or promote your brand or promote a product or service you're trying to render as promotion. Then you do paid advertisement. That's the other on social medias like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We have some of those videos already on our YouTube channel already, so you can go and watch them and use them. So the next thing we have is the content distribution channels. So we have number one, we have a website and blog where these are personally owned platforms or business owned platforms where they post where central where all content lives and where SEO efforts compound over time. Next thing we have is what we call social media platform where we have LinkedIn, Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, where we used to engage and share content to engage different audience segments. Then we have the email marketing where people use it to nurture leads and also engage with customers. And we have what we call search engine optimization, which is has to do with blog posts where people create contents that rank organically in search engine. When people search for a particular keyword or particular key phrase, they get those content and then they're able to drive traffic to their website and get high consistent people to come to their platforms and then also convert them into sales. The next thing we have is the paid advertisement, which is spending money on advert to reach more people, to reach different segments on majorly social media platforms. So um, Wisdom, I have a question.
Yes, I do. So I want to know. Yes, can you kindly go back to the page where you left off.
Okay.
I want to know. Yes, in traffic generation, at what point? Because I heard you talk about yes. So in this paid advertising. Now I remember running ads and then doing running an organic to generate an organic traffic, run an ad to generate an organic traffic. Now, at what point can someone reach in content creation to be able to start paying for adverts?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So majorly I always advise advert is majorly for promotion. You want to sell something. That's the point why you're running an advert. So because if you are spending, except you want to just boost get followers, get likes, get more people to view your content, just to build your brand, which is advisable also to can spend money to do that if you have the money. But majorly, you must have a well-defined goal of why you're running an ad. What am I trying to do? This product, I'm trying to sell this product, right? So the question is, what the problem is this product solving for them? So you must have outlined what strategy you're going to be implementing. Am I going to take them directly? Am I just to get their phone number, email, and then take them through an email marketing sequence where I keep sending them emails? Or am I going to take them to maybe for us here in Africa, maybe like WhatsApp to follow up on them to get them to buy my offer? Or am I going to take them to a training, maybe WhatsApp group or a Telegram group where I'm going to be having a webinar to convert them? So your goal has to determine what strategy you're going to implement. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
So now questions
That's
are
all that.
coming.
So now in a
Yeah. So I will just take
so
Augustine after wisdom. So we can go back to class. Then we can have the questions when we are done with the class. So I'm with you, wisdom.
okay. So now you're trying to say that it doesn't matter. It doesn't have a time frame whereby you can. Okay, so at this point, I think I need to start running for a paid advert. So you can start at any time, depends on your sole purpose of running the adverts, right? If I
Yes.
got it
Yes,
correctly.
that's your sole
All right,
purpose.
thank you.
So because of it's money you're spending, and you have to maximize every bit of money you're spending. So you don't just want to just dash Facebook money like some people say you're dashing Mark Zuckerberg money, or you're dashing Google money, or you're dashing who's the owner of TikTok money. You are doing it to get return on investment. Yes, Augustine.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you so much for the lecture. Now, I have a question, but not in regards to what we are learning. I'm setting up a Facebook card, but um, it's a service-based business, and the list of their services is what around 120 to 180. But I'm trying to run a conversion ad instead of lead ad. Is it possible for me to run a conversion ad for a service-based business that their price is within the range of 120 to 180,000 naira? Could people buy it?
What kind of service?
Through That's I don't want to. It's something like language and travel packages.
A travel agency.
Yeah.
So when you are selling a night ticket offer, I advise that even if you're going to be running a conversion campaign, that means you're going to put in the pixel on the website, right?
Yeah, I'm going to put a
So
pizza and also a
because
conversion
of
API.
it's the strategy that matters, not about what's it called, whatever campaign you can run leads, you can run conversion. So I would suggest that you must have a strategy that has a way of capturing their name, phone number, or email, so that you don't lose that. So every money you're spending is you are seeing the result, like you're getting a lead. So you have a strategy where are you converting them? Are you closing them on WhatsApp or on Telegram? Then what is the strategy? What is the content marketing strategy you're going to be using to close those leads? Are you going to be sending them consistent WhatsApp messages? Are you going to be sending them consistent Telegram messages? Are you going to be doing webinars consistently so that you can educate these people on why they should buy that product or that offer that service, or they should buy that service from you? Then also if they have a physical office, you can also tell them to go to the physical office if they have more questions to ask. So those are different things. So it's a strategy that matters.
Yeah, my strategy is we have a physical office, but my strategy is that I want to use a phone and also a VSA video where
It's
the
already
one of the business
educated.
can explain what.
Yes.
Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
that's good. But because
How?
of first of all, you must understand that not because they saw your ad does not mean they will buy from you immediately. So that's why I said you must maximize the money you are getting. You're using to run that, but that's why you must capture their DM as a lead, like the email, the phone number. Once you have that already set, you are good to go. So consistently over time, you keep running, you keep what's it called, educating them, sending them more offers that you have, or more what's it called, more posts, more education on why they should buy your offer, why offer is the best, and then they're good to go. So that's why it's just a strategy. Once you implement strategy that captures their lead, you can always keep sending them messages and educating them on whatever service you're or product you're selling.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yes, wisdom. Do you have a contribution or
Yes, it's a contribution. So I remember running an ad. I remember running an ad for a marketing platform. So what I did firstly was just like what Moses have said rightly. Try to engage them, right? Try to just keep them engaged with what their interest is. Try to keep them on suspense. Try to help them, suspend them, let them be expecting more things. And then when it reaches a particular point in time, you can then, monetize everything that you have put your effort in. That's how I actually scaled in some of my marketing businesses that I actually did in the past.
all right, thank you. So let's continue. So we'll soon be done. We're almost done. We just have 2 slides left. So once we are done with that, we can have more questions and then we can answer them. So the next thing we have is measuring content marketing success. So number one way we can measure success is that's for those that are going to be doing SEO. You're going to use what we call Google Analytics to track page views, unique visitors, and traffic sources. So what traffic sources is giving you those result that's giving you those visitors, where are they coming from? Then we have what we call engagement metrics, which has to do with likes, shares, comments, and the time people spend on your page, which reveals how well your content resonates with your audience. So you see some people always tell you that, oh, comment this keyword. They know why they are doing it because they want to have more engagement, because Facebook and other social media platforms will be showing your content to other people. So that's why people do it. You see, even at the end of a LinkedIn post, you can see kindly leave a comment based on what you have read or something like that. You can see people also share, also like. Most people always like than comment, but you see people. That's why people, most of them always give what we call guides. They give tell you they have an ebook. They have one major is always ebook. They always give you a video that you watch. They will tell you. So you find it very something that is valuable to you. You comment and they will send it to you. And most times they will send you a link where you now have to put in your name, phone number, and email address. That's what you majorly see. So we can keep sending you more content. That's how some of them get what we call leads. So that's just the organic way you do. Then the paid way is where you now have to spend money on social media to get conversion. So we have conversion rates where you track how many people, how many readers take a desired decision. Like for instance, they sign up or maybe they download whatever product you are selling after they engage with your content. So something like the example I just gave now, they can have where you can track to see, okay, how many people commented, how many people checked the website I gave them, how many people signed up. So those are ways you know if your strategy is working and if what you're doing is giving you the results. And last we have is the SEO ranking, which has to do with monitor keyword positions in which search results. So the keywords you're going to be writing your content around is what is going to help you give you visibility and how long people are reading that content. Those are things that are going to help Google push your content up to the first page. So you have to write things that are credible, things that people will find relatable, and things that people can connect to. That will keep people longer on your platform when it comes to writing blogs. So just go through the SEO option ahead of the class when we have the SEO class, and then you can have better understanding and be able to implement some of these things. Note that there are not so much SEO specialists in Africa, so that's a good niche for you to actually position yourself if you are looking to be a very, very strong digital marketer. So lastly, we have what we call content marketing, the conclusion. So I want you to know that content marketing is not just a trend, it's the fundamental pillar for modern businesses to connect with their audience and drive sustainable growth. Very important. So the easy to build connection, as you see, that's why you see a lot of there's so much content now because we are in the attention economy where everything is trying to get your attention. Wherever you look, it's trying to just get your attention. Why? And that's why you see that a lot of people have what we call a short attention span. That's why, like Gen Zs now, they can't sit down and read for long. They are looking for something else to do because their brain has already been wired with. After maybe like 5 seconds of listening to whatever is on stream, they skip to the next one, skip to the next one. They're looking for something that's going to be giving. And that's why you, as a digital marketer, need to have a very strong hook that will make the person that is looking at that content stay on your content longer. So it must be engaging, must be entertaining. And that's why most times comedians always have better views. They make more money because of they are entertaining people. So next thing you need to do is also focus on value and varieties, not just educational content. Create educational content. You can also do live where you're having connection, talking about things. It doesn't necessarily have to be about even what you do as a brand. It can be about things that people maybe challenges people face. Can talk about relationship. Can talk about what's going on in the country. Like in Nigeria now, we have an election coming, so you can talk about something like that. What do they think? What's their view? Just to build connection. Let people have their own opinion. That thing brings bond. I was telling the last class that I remember like about 6 years ago, I think 5 or 6 years ago, I went to a friend's house for a birthday party. So and this everywhere was dull. So I was thinking of what can I see? How can I build relationship with these people? So I decided to talk about football. And then Champions League just came out, and the draw just came, I think, round of 16. So I now talked about this man, what do they think? Who do you think is going to win? And then build connection with those people. And then we begin to talk. And my friend came to me and said, wow. She said she didn't know what she was going to do. That like it wasn't everybody was just quiet. And me, I was also happy that I just came up with something to make everybody start talking, especially for the guys. So that's something I can come up with form of content to build connection with your audience. So the next thing is leverage storytelling. Utilizing compelling narratives to differentiate your brand, build emotional connection, and also create contents that truly resonate. So you use storytelling to build connection with your audience. Is very, very important so that people will like you and love your content and always be looking up to when is your next content coming out and then want to engage because some people become your active fans once you're consistent with content marketing. You'll be so surprised like wow, once you build a brand for yourself, it's like people know you. People are like, is this not this person? Like, wow, this person I see on this is this person I'm seeing. Like, some people you don't be surprised the way they'll be farming you. Be like, like you just be like wondering, like just because of you are a big content creator on social media. So that's just how it is. So it's consistency, putting in the work, and you see the results. Then the next thing is to maintain consistency in your efforts. That's your consistency in what you're posting. Then regularly measure your performance. That's check what you're posting, what's the engagement like. Though most people do it monthly, then you can do it over time. Most people do it monthly to see, okay, how did this thing perform? Some do it weekly to see, oh, this content, how did it perform? Did it do well? What the one that did well? What did I do? What did I say? How did I say it? What did I communicate that made people engage this content? Those are things that will help you in content creation. So you utilize those insights to constantly refine and improve your strategy for maximum impact. So those are the things that you do in your content marketing journey to have an effective content. So we have come to the end of today's class. So for those of us that have what's it called questions now, I'd like to take questions. I think Obong was using up his hand. Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Moses, I was constantly raising up my hand.
Yeah.
But you did touch a little bit on what I wanted to ask initially. You spoke about the success, but now my question is specifically this way. I worked on a project last year and it's still running till this year. It's more like a unisex salon, and I was part of the process of hiring staff there. Then I got a content creator. But now, how can one or when can one start measuring success? When? How long? Should it be 6 months? Should it be a startup of at least 8 months or so? When
Are you the HR?
should you start saying, okay, you want to measure the person's success? Because it's a startup.
Okay. So are you the
Sorry,
manager?
can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can. Are you the manager? Hello?
I was just assisting the startup, not like I'm the one
Okay, you're
owning
the one
the
assisting
place.
a startup. So
So,
what the question you need to ask is, what is the start measuring success? You need to ask yourself, what is the goals? What are your goals and objectives? Set goals and objectives first. Then break them down. How do you want to achieve these goals and objectives? That helps you know if you're on the right track or not.
so who set the goal and objective? Is it the content creator person that will say, okay, this is what I'm trying to achieve within this set period? Or is it you as a manager that will say, okay, this is what I want you as a content creator to achieve at this set period? Who sets the margin?
Okay, that is a very, very easy question. The manager sets it. But another way can be that the manager can tell, okay, the content creator, okay, look at it based on your experience, based on your what you know about content creation. Inform me on the best strategies for us to be go about this. So, so it can be either way. But majorly, our advice, since I'm getting an expert in that field, let that content creator be the one to inform me on what we should do better. So we can now rub minds in our meeting on, okay, let's implement this, let's see if it works, let's see if it doesn't work. Content, you don't really know what kind of content will work. So you need to really create a lot and see the one that performs
Okay.
better, then see how you can replicate that content. Augustine, you've asked the question before. I would like to take someone else. I think
Okay.
somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. That's been really helpful.
Augustine, you have asked a question before, so I will not take question from you. I will want somebody else to ask a question.
Okay,
Augustine, I said I'm not taking question from you. You already asked a question already.
it's a contribution.
Okay, fine.
So actually, I wanted to contribute to what you just said now.
All right.
Companies or the manager, they usually set up a KPI, which is key performance indicator, for every quarter of what they want to achieve. What's his name? The person that asked the question.
Oh, boy.
What you need to do is to what you need to do is to run mind with the content creator to look at the strategy he put in place. Then you guys should set a KPI, a key performance indicator for quarterly, what you guys want to achieve every quarter, and see if you guys are meeting that goal.
Okay, I believe that's addressed. Joseph has a question. Or do you have a contribution?
Okay, mine is not a contribution, but I'm thinking what my brother is saying. These are the ways of how to make a business successful, but not ways of measuring success. By measuring success in a business, I believe you have to see if your business is meeting all the objectives that you have written down when you began that business. I believe that is the answer to that question.
All right. Okay. Any other questions? So we'll come to the end of this class. Please, I also want to note that some of us have not submitted an assignment. Please do well to submit the assignment. Then also, I'll be dropping the link for tomorrow's class tomorrow. So please, we'll go and watch those videos. And those of us that didn't watch it, please find time watch those videos, please. Because we are giving it to you free doesn't mean you should take it for granted. Find time, find data. You can burn the midnight candle. I believe that midnight data plan in every other country, even Nigeria, is very cheap for us to get. Yes, Obon, you have a question?
Please, yeah, Mr. Moses, quick one, eh? So the assignment, I have a question to ask about. I don't know if I should make it general or I should ask you
Okay.
private.
If you want it to be general, fine.
What did you say? Okay, so
If
what I
it is
wanted
a
to
general
ask is,
question, ask.
in our startup business that we're going to use as the case study for the assignment, should
Yes.
we also put procedures that we're going to follow in order to kickstart the business? Should we
I didn't ask
list
you.
that in the assignment to make it bogus, or
I asked you to identify a business and then talk
it was
about
part
their
of the
target
study of
audience.
that day. It was part of the study of that day.
Don't worry, just do it the way you see fit. Just do it the way you see fit. But majorly, it's because
Okay,
I
okay,
just expect from you is just the target
okay,
audience of that business, the target audience they have, their demographics, and their
okay,
geographics, their interests. Those things, those are the things I expect. It doesn't have to be too broad, just particularly specific to those interests. So if they have 10 target audience, you put all the 10 target audience, you talk about their interests, talk about these things. That shows you understand what we are doing. So I'm going to drop the slide for today's
okay.
class into the group.
All right, boss.
And then
Thank you.
also I will drop the videos later in the day so that we can watch them. So tomorrow's class, we're not having class tomorrow. Thursday's class is going to be live and Friday's class. So please, for those of us, if you have your friends that are not here, let them know that we have class. Then also I said at the beginning of the class that we're going to be having a live interview for our interns, people that are going to be coming in as our interns. So those are part of things that we're going to be using to know if you understand what we are doing, because we're going to be asking you real life practical questions. So that's why some of those videos that are there, we created a full video so you can go and watch them, understand them, digest them, and prepare. So because so you to qualify for the internship, you also be having a live interview to ensure that you understand what we are doing. So we don't just want any our person, because we know that it's easy for they don't want this assignment, it's easy for us to use AI tools to do them. But we know that if you understand them, you are doing them, you are practicing them, you'll be able to give something tangible and give good results. Oh, but do you have a question? Because I think we are done with this class. 'Cause I see your hand being raised up.
No question. Let me drop that. Sorry.
All right. So since there's no further question, I've come to the end of this class, and I will thank you all for being here. I do not take it for granted, and it's not easy for us to be here. But please watch those videos. Also subscribe to our YouTube channels, and I will see you guys in the next live class. So have a good night rest. Good night.
Good night.